The aviation industry has once again found itself at the center of global attention. Recent weeks have brought a mix of geopolitical tensions, environmental initiatives, technological innovation, and labor disputes that are shaping the future of air travel. From drone incursions over Europe to major investments in clean aviation technology, the sector is facing both challenges and opportunities that will define its trajectory in the years ahead. Key developments. 1. Rising airspace risks in Europe. Geopolitical conflicts continue to affect commercial aviation in Europe. Several incidents involving drones crossing into NATO airspace have forced temporary airport closures and emergency responses. Airlines are increasingly rerouting flights to avoid conflict zones, which leads to higher costs, longer flight times, and rising insurance premiums. Experts warn that such events may prompt a review of European flight safety protocols and contingency planning. 2. NATO and regional military responses. Tensions have been highlighted by recent airspace violations, including drones entering Romanian territory and forcing military jets into action. Such intrusions underline the vulnerability of civil airspace in regions bordering conflict areas and emphasize the importance of coordination between civil and military aviation authorities. 3. Aircraft deliveries and manufacturer delays. Aircraft manufacturers continue to struggle with delivery schedules. Boeing, for example, faces delays with the 777-9 due to certification hurdles. Supply chain bottlenecks and stricter regulatory requirements add to the pressure, slowing down production and delivery of new models. These issues not only affect airlines planning fleet expansions but also put pressure on the entire aviation supply chain. 4. Workforce and labor relations. Labor tensions remain a significant factor in aviation. Strikes at major aerospace companies and disputes over contracts have disrupted production and delayed aircraft programs. While some labor agreements have been reached, uncertainty persists across parts of the sector, making workforce stability an ongoing concern for manufacturers and operators alike. 5. Clean aviation and environmental progress. Environmental responsibility is at the forefront of aviation's future. The European Union has allocated nearly €1 billion to new clean aviation projects designed to accelerate the development of sustainable technologies. Research efforts are focusing on sustainable aviation fuels, hybrid electric propulsion, hydrogen-powered aircraft, and quieter designs. Airlines are under growing pressure to reduce their emissions and to align with global climate goals. 6. Advances in technology and safety. Aviation research continues to explore ways of improving operational safety and efficiency. Recent studies have addressed radiation exposure to passengers and crew during geomagnetic storms, with strategies being tested to reduce health risks by adjusting flight routes and altitudes. At the same time, new approaches to air traffic management, such as trajectory-based operations, are being introduced to optimize flight paths, reduce fuel burn, and improve punctuality. 7. Safety incidents and investigations. While no major new crash has dominated headlines recently, investigations into past accidents continue. Several incidents involving drones, bird strikes, and possible missile activity have raised questions about the safety of aircraft operating near conflict zones. These events highlight the increasing complexity of ensuring passenger safety in a world where civilian and military airspace use are increasingly intertwined. 8. Operational disruptions and airline networks. Labor strikes among air traffic controllers and airline staff in parts of Europe have led to delays and flight cancellations. Meanwhile, airlines in other regions are pursuing mergers, partnerships, or acquiring additional operating certificates to expand their networks and improve flexibility. These strategic moves reflect the competitive pressures and operational challenges faced by carriers worldwide. Conclusion. The current landscape of aviation illustrates both the vulnerabilities and the resilience of the sector. On one hand, geopolitical tensions, labor disputes, and safety risks are testing the industry's stability. On the other, major investments in clean aviation and technological innovation show that the sector is preparing for a more sustainable and efficient future. The balance between managing present-day disruptions and building long-term solutions will determine how airlines, manufacturers, and regulators guide aviation through this transformative period.